Hello, I'm Jamie Gibson, Technical Lead for Syngenta Flowers, and today we're going to program geranium hanging baskets for mom. Mother's Day is a big holiday for greenhouse growers, and we typically sell a large amount of material between weeks 18 to 22. Mother's Day falls on week 20, so really having those baskets ready 18, 19 is critical. In Syngenta, we have two geranium series that work really well for hanging baskets, and that's the Calliope series and the Mojo series. Just a few points about each series. Calliope is bred for branching and really high flower count in these baskets, really intense colors, a large amount of varieties in the Calliope medium. There's quite a few varieties in the Calliope large as well for those big, robust baskets. And it is really a high performing mounded habit, perfect for that 10-inch, 12-inch basket. The Mojo has a little darker foliage, has really those core colors, intense colors, built for nice, tidy hanging baskets, 10-inch, 12-inch baskets. Great garden performance for mom in the garden, on the porch. So really, these two series are outstanding. Let's get into programming. So we've built this program for you. There's 10 weeks of programming. We're starting this program in week 9, where we're going to transplant 3 to 4 liners in a 10-inch basket. We're going to grow the Mojo series. And we're taking those high quality liners, putting them in. We're going to protect the roots after a few weeks, protect the foliar growth with some systemic fungicides. And then prior to hanging, right around week 3 after transplant, we apply a PGR just to kind of settle down the foliage, prevent any kind of undesired stretch. Now, in geranium production, once we're kind of managing this crop, we want to keep an eye on the temperature, keeping it around 70, 72 degrees average daily temperature. And then we also want to monitor the pH and the EC. So pH for geranium is very critical to stay in that 5.8 to 6.2 range. And then as that crop begins to finally mature and develop, really watching for tight spacing, kind of open up the crop, make sure that the baskets are spaced evenly in the greenhouse. And then if you need to kind of hold the crop, you can always do those final micro drenches of bonsai. They're really effective. You don't want to overdose the crop because it will tighten the basket up too much. And then our final recommendation is the Alesco, which is a silver nitrate product. We're going to talk about that here in a brief moment. A lot of other growers will oftentimes use some controlled release fertilizer, especially the grower retailers, to give the garden performance a little boost with tone and flowering. So we're shipping this week 19. We're ready to go. Here's your very quick program for Mother's Day geranium baskets. So I spoke to you earlier about Alesco. Alesco is a silver nitrate product. We spray that on the foliage. You want to spray those geranium buds when they're just starting to crack color, maybe about 10 days, 2 weeks prior to market. And then you can also tablespoon a controlled release fertilizer. We really don't recommend the 3 to 4 month, more the 5 to 6 month to give some tone in the garden center, and then carry over into the porch or in the garden itself for high performing flowers, really high performance. So that's a great tool to prolong post harvest longevity. And then Alesco is just a great product, silver nitrate product. Here you're seeing the effectiveness of Alesco as you're spraying it on the plants. Very limited floral shatter. The florets stay intact. The silver nitrate is impregnated into the tissue. It gives really long-term performance. And here's just a few other notes about Alesco. So here we have a trial where we applied Alesco on the right-hand side. Notice the umbel performance is really super high, big, robust umbels in the garden center, whereas ethylene can always tend to cause the plants to shatter if they're not treated. So Alesco silver nitrate, it's very easy to apply, 1 ml per liter as a foliar spray. It costs about a penny a pot. and it really does give long-term garden performance. It also has a very small re-entry interval level of 4 hours. For more information about Alesco or anything about our calliope or our mojo geraniums, please visit our website.